Now that graduation is coming up, I've actually had multiple job opportunities come to me. I feel that a large part of the success I've had in job hunting has been due to the large amount of work experience and internships I've had available to me in my time here. As a freshman, I was afforded an opportunity to actually work as an intern within the physics department. And this actually came about because when I was in class with Dr. Gregory Levine in my freshman semester, he noticed a lot of the programming skills I possessed. He was really impressed with my abilities to be able to actually write physically correct simulations, and he decided he would forward along to the chairperson at the time, Dr. Harold Hastings, that he would strongly recommend me as an intern. That summer I actually got to start working with Dr. Harold Hastings and actually two students who previously studied here at Hofstra, Michael Palmer and Thomas Savino. We were looking into the properties of large-scale networks. Now, when I say large-scale networks, I mean things like the power grid system, or let's say even the internet. We wanted to examine what are the stability properties of these networks. That is, how often would you see a 100-year event, the kind of event that you'd see once in your lifetime, like a large earthquake, a tsunami, or the northeastern blackout that happened a couple years ago. And what we actually found out was through some physics simulations that I was writing, these events actually happen much more frequently than you would expect. So within my sophomore year, actually leading from my freshman year experience, again, Dr. Levine approached me and he actually asked me if I wanted to do any research experience with him that summer. What we wanted to study was a quantum mechanical gas, the kind of gas that happens when you supercool that gas and try to see what the properties of that system are when you're dealing with quantum mechanics. And that summer, again, like the summer before, I actually wrote physics simulations, and one of the primary things I actually worked on that summer was optimizing these simulations so we could run these simulations very efficiently. We were able to get these simulations down to something like a day or two. Leading out of the experience I had my sophomore year working as an intern with Dr. Gregory Levine, I actually got another opportunity to work with him within the physics department in my junior year. I had to do a lot of independent research, and it really got me into discovering what it was like to work as essentially a graduate student doing independent research, because that's what a lot of the research largely was like. And that summer we did some research on full counting statistics, and we actually studied what was known as quantum wire. Starting my sophomore year, I got an opportunity to work with Dr. Sheng Fu, to work essentially as a research intern with him for close to 2 years now. In my research with Dr. Fu, what I actually did was I helped to extend the proto-apogee system in certain aspects and actually provide course modules for the proto-apogee system. Because proto-apogee was essentially an automated grader, and what you would do is you might develop some kind of web project. So let's say you wanted to create a webmail tool that was like Gmail, and you get this project specification, write it up, you would submit it to this program, and it would actually grade your program for you and give you feedback on it. And in order to do that, they actually needed course modules that students could use to submit to the system. And I was actually working on developing some of those modules, and many of those are actually in use right now at Hofstra University. Thanks to the networking experiences I had here at Hofstra, I was able to get an internship leading into my senior year at this company named Artemis Inc. out in Hauppauge. And while I was working over there, I actually got to do some automated testing on radar units that were actually being used for government purposes. I'd say it was a really good experience. I got a lot of experience doing, these automated tests, being able to think, how do I write these programs that could test units without any intervention? I'd say the biggest advantage all these internships have given me is I have a lot of experience. I've been able to work within not only computer science, but the physics department. I have a very broad scope of knowledge. I've worked in areas of automated testing, security. I've worked within computational physics, and I've worked within areas of parallel programming. And all of these are very real-world problems that need to be solved, and I think these are skills that they give me a huge advantage when I'm actually looking for a job out there.